Welcome to Modernist Mixing. Today we're mixing this
And after this I am colossal.
into this.
And after this I am colossal. The empire no one dares to.
Welcome to another episode of Modernist Mixing. Today we have a track from the band Rival, and the name of the song is Odds. So what we have is drum tracks, bass, DI, bass amp, some guitar tracks. Now the guitar tracks are interestingly kind of pre-mixed, pre-produced. So what we have is like, this is a rhythm. This is not a stereo export of a mono guitar track. It's actually pretty stereo and pretty produced already. Hang on, listen. See, it has the delays and the reverbs and everything. So all of the guitar tracks are pre-produced. We're going to see what we can do with these. We have some keys, not too much, but some keys, and then some vocals. And then I found the track online and I recorded in the official mix. So we'll start listening to the song, and I'll start with the drums as always. I've inserted the track in my mix template, but none of the effects are open. So I'll start the mix and I'll explain what I do along the way. I'll hit play so we can listen to the track a bit, just making sure that the reference is turned off. Yep.
Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never? I am colossal. The empire no.
Alrighty, okay, let's start with the kick. So we have a kick and we have a trigger that was supplied with the multi-tracks. I'll see if I'll use these or if I use my own triggers. So let's go.
one dares to.
A lot of bleeds. I'll use the Oxford drum gates. Okay, we'll have a listen to the triggers. Bit too basketball-y sounding to me. You know, I'll use this track to trigger my own samples. Let's turn on my trigger. I'll turn my effects on. Yeah, let's keep this for now. I'll remove this track and move on to the snare. Okay. Yeah, sounds fine. We have a snare trigger track supplied. Let's see how that sounds. You know, I'll add my own room sounds to that instead of the supply track. So yep. Okay, toms. All right. Yep, good. Empty track, remove that. By the way, if you're interested on how I set up my mix template, I have a video dedicated to that that explains all of the inserts, all of the routing, etc. So you might want to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. So this is also a tom. Not sure about this one. I want to reinforce this with a bit of a trigger. All right, I'll come back to this once I've done the overheads. try this one. All right, that sounds good for now. I might come back to it. I'll see what the bass is about. So this is a DI. All right, so this is the amp. So how the bass works is I divide it into 3 bands. This is the low band. I filter out all of the treble. Next one is the mid band. I distort it and filter out the lows and the highs. And the last one is I filter out the lows and the extreme highs. So I don't want any noise because it's a bass guitar. But I add a chorus. So this is a stereo track, as you see here. So what I do is I either insert the Valhalla Space Modulator or the TAL chorus, which is a Juno chorus emulation, and I'll see which one fits best. Yeah, this sounds a bit more wider. So I'll bring this in with the drums and I'll turn on the limiter. Make sure it's not doing too much. Yeah, doing nothing, obviously. So I have the ducker that's sidechained to the kick, and whenever the kick hits, it will duck the low end, the one that I filter out the highs, and add a bunch of compression and some subsynth. This will generate some lower harmonics, lower than the fundamental. And I have the limiter here. Let me see if this is working. I like this low end to, get limited a tiny bit because I want it to be like almost like a sine bass, stuff that you have in hip hop. So I want the low end to sit at a certain level throughout the song. And I just want to automate it if I needed to. And I don't want any, notes jumping in and out. So I kind of limit I usually limit the low end a bit. Not too much though. Oh yeah, we have shakers here. Alrighty, let's go on to the guitars. So wall of sound. Let's see what this is. It's shimmer reverb. Oh, good. Move on. What's this? The dark days before the camper. Too much noise, but I guess it got buried. Just use this EQ. This could use a bit more widening. What's this? Oh, terrible, terrible overdrive tone. Too much reverb. But what are you going to do? Okay, what's this? This track. Yeah, this is pretty much okay. I'll just filter the lows and the high end. Keep this one a bit high. Holy. All right, let's bring them in. So these are the backing vocals. I'll turn on my backing vocal chain, which is a basic EQ. So based on the song and where the backing vocals are singing, I move the high pass to a upper frequency or not, depending on the song. So basic, very basic, tiny bit of compression. Yeah, sounds good. I'll send them to a bit of reverb. Alright. Okay, so let's turn on the main vocals. I'll add some gain so we can hear it.
But I'm more likely late than never. Is it better late than never? That I've yet to mend. Information from a bottle, not too much to comprehend, and no answers lie in broken glass and boredom, reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend. I am colossal, the empire no one dares to contest, and I'm a phallus.
So these two tracks, this 3 and 4, I can add some micro shift to these so they're a bit more spread out.
See the world believes to no end. Yeah, don't let the night unfold. Let the truth.
Oh, this is like a reverse reverb thingy.
So let the night unfold. Let the truth be told. Let it go. So let the night unfold.
Yep, sounds good. Okay.
Is it better late than never?
So this bit is a bit difficult to hear. So what I'll do is I'll cheat. I love cheating. I'll use Melodyne. And yeah, it wants me to update again. I'm not going to tune it. I'm going to use the volume macro. So I'll increase the quiet now. I'll increase the quiet notes so they're louder, and then make the loud notes a tiny bit quieter, so they kind of meet in the middle.
Information from a bottle.
So compare it to this.
Information from a bottle.
To this.
Information from a bottle. Not too much to comprehend, and no answers lie in broken glass and boredom, reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend. Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never? branches lie in broken glass and boredom, reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend. Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never? And after this I am colossal. The empire no one dares to contest. And I'm a fallacy in the world. And I may never pay, but I'm more likely. And I may never pay, but I'm more likely. So let the night unfold. Let the truth be told. Let it go.
What's going on here? Kind of weird drum partition. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, this is going to need some automation just around there. Yeah. And probably around here, yeah.
The truth be told. I've wasted time in this bottle. There's too much to comprehend. And I may never be, but I'm more likely. And after this I am colossal.
kill for the DIs of this track. Let me try this. Try this. Let's turn on the master effects. Yep, good enough. Yeah, this helps with the distortion amp tone, but obviously it will also compress and saturate the reverb tails, so I'm gonna have to back this off a bit. Too much to comprehend, and no answers lie in broken glass and boredom, reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend. Is it better? So I guess around this 25 mark we'll be going into this chorus, so around here. So I guess it's kind of lined up now. So I'll do a check. So I'll A/B it between the official mix and see how far we've got, how close we are. So this is the official mix.
And after this I am colossal. The empire no one dares to contest. And I'm a fallacy the world believes in knowing. Yet I'm still a man that's been stuck in his own head. And I may never be, but I'm more likely. And I may never be, but I'm more likely.
Yeah, not bad. They have a more intense wall of sound thing going on, obviously, and the guitars have a lot more low mid body to it. So that's obviously an artistic choice. I mean, I like my guitars to be kind of out of the way of the bass guitar, the upper bits of the bass guitar. So basically, I want this distorted bass guitar, which occupies the mids, be pretty separate from the guitars. So when I remove the bass, you can hear that the bottom end of the guitar falls apart. No. So I like the bass to handle that bit. They've mixed the guitars in a way that the guitars are handling that low mid information. So that is, well, it can work, but you have to be careful with the arrangement because what the guitars play might not always provide that solid low mid body to the song. It might be coming in and out. It might be inconsistent. So I like the bass to handle that bit. And as the bass is usually locked in with the drums, it provides a much more solid foundation to the track. I mean, the bass kick handling the transient, the rhythm of the low end, and the low end of the bass handling like the body, the gravity of the whole thing. I like that end to be handled by the drums, the shells, and the bass guitar. So when I mix the guitars like they did, I keep chasing my tail. So I decide that I'll, filter out the guitars as much as I can without, making them too thin and let the bass guitar handle the low mid side of the thing. So this makes, I think, like a more open, more spacious kind of mix.
That I've yet to mend. Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never?
See, the kick has a bit too much reverb in their mix, in my opinion. When the vocal is singing, you can't really distinguish the kick unless you're really listening for it. Look.
Not too much to comprehend. No.
That low end kick reverb is taking up so much space, you barely can distinguish it between the bass guitar and the kick itself.
Chances lie in broken glass and boredom, reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend.
I like my kicks to be punchy and short-lived and will allow the bass guitar to come through. You remember I had the ducker, where's that? Right here. So what I do is I keep the drums like short in terms of their ADSL. Let me show you the kick trigger. So this is slate trigger 2, and it allows you to modify the curves of the samples. So what I do is I get rid of all of the sustain, and I set the release to about 300 milliseconds or so. That allows me a really like punchy, quick in and out kick sound. Let me get the mixer for this one as well. Yeah. Yeah, in and out. So this will let me to duck the bass momentarily, like really quick, and let it come through. So it's the tonal part that comes back. It's not the kick, which is like it's basically a transient, is it? It just keeps the boom, I don't like that. I want to go poop, 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 and then let the kick get out of the way, and then the bass to come through.
Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never?
Yeah, we did a good job out of the real quick as well. I mean, see, that happens when you do a 20 decibel cut around the mids. Yep.
The empire no one dares to contest, and I'm a fallacy the world believes to know end. Yet I'm still a man that's been stuck in his own head. And I may never pay, but I'm more likely. And I may never pay, but I'm more likely. So let the night unfold, let the truth be told, let it go.
Yeah, these are a bit too harsh. So this is the Type A. This is a trick that apparently they did a lot in the 80s. So this is a Dolby A noise reduction unit emulation. You turn off the lower end bands and just let the high, mid, and the treble bands to go through. And that adds a nice sheen to the backing vocals. Hear it out.
And I'm a fallacy the world
I'll enable it now.
believes to know end.
Gives you a nice breathiness to the whole thing, but it might get a bit harsh if it's basically too much, around 8K or so. So I'll just gently roll this off.
And I'm a fallacy the world believes to know end. Yet I'm still a man that's been stuck in his own head.
Yeah, good.
World believes to know end. Yet I'm still a man that's been stuck in his own head. And I may never pay, but I'm more likely.
Yeah, we didn't do anything with these keys. Yeah, they're okay.
Information
I have like a really basic, like, cut out the lows and then the low mids.
from a
It's not even playing there, is it?
bottle. Not too much to comprehend. And no answers lie in broken glass and boredom.
Let me try this Dark Glass Ultra Distortion Pedal emulation instead of the Devil Lock, see how that works. Yeah, this works fine. Let's hear it in the mix.
Reigniting bridges that I've yet to mend. Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never? Is it better late than never?
Sounds good. What I'll do is I'll take a break and I'll come back, have another listen, use the Slate VSX rooms to check if there's something really out of place and fix that. And I'll print the track and I'll upload it and leave a link in the description so you can download it and listen to it in your own environment. I'll also drop a link to the official release on YouTube. You can also listen to that in your own environment and see if you would like to mix the tracks themselves. So these tracks were from Nail the Mix, and I believe I got them off their portfolio builder list. So basically, if you go to Nail the Mix and become a member, they let you download a bunch of tracks, mostly rock and heavy metal tracks and gent and that kind of heavy music. So if you're interested in that, I recommend you check them out. They have lots of nice tutorials and it's really good value. So hopefully this was interesting, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.